All praises, all praises. Shalom to the family online. Shalom to the family in attendance. Happy Sabbath day to everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Today we will be covering a very important class today. The Great Exodus, right? We're going to cover a comprehensive study of the Passover and what it's about. We hear the Passover a lot, but what is it about? So we're going to give you detailed, descriptive details of this Passover and what it's about. And we're going to go over everything, you know what I mean? So after this class, you should know what a Passover is, what it comprises, the traditions, the requirements, the do's, the don'ts, all that. You should know all of this stuff, okay? Take good notes. This class, I set it up for people who's particularly new, who might have heard of it but never really kept it, who are familiar with it but don't really know the details of how to keep it, right? So we're going to go into that. It's always good to learn. Relearn. Even if you are somebody that's polished and familiar with it, it's always good to relearn the scriptures, right? So who can give me a summary of Passover? Pass the mic to somebody. I might give it to him. No, you can stay seated, King. Okay. I might get the mic. Who want to give me a summary of Passover and what it's about? Give it to Kurt. What's it about? Passover. What is it about? Shabbat Shalom to the family online.
Passover is when we,
Speak up.
Every year we practice the death of Yahushua because he died for the nation of Israel.
Passover? That's what that's about? You said the death of Yahushua? Okay, that's fine. I'll take that. He's the lamb. A little more, though. I mean, that's kind of vague, but I get what you're going. Go ahead. Give it to the brother right here. Yeah. No, go ahead, brother. Yeah. Khalif,
the Passover is basically where we had put the lamb's blood over our doors in Egypt and saved us from being, demolished by the angel that was coming to kill
firstborns of the Egypt.
Firstborn of Egypt.
Okay. Anybody else? Let me see. Give it a Jofi. Let me see what you know. You've been around this for long enough. You should know what it is. What is it?
So Passover is pretty much the celebration of Israel exiting out of Egypt after the plagues that was put on Egypt from the Most High.
Beautiful. Anything else? Who next to him? Is that Malachi? Let's see what Malachi know. You heard about Passover? What's Passover?
It was a celebration of being freed from captivity out of Egypt.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Right. Everybody's right. Okay. So let's go into it. Okay. A summary, pretty much the sum of everything brother said is right. Everybody was right. Passover is the celebration or commemoration of the Heavenly Father delivering us out of the hands of the Egyptians. We were in Egyptian captivity for 430 years. He heard our cries. He heard our prayers. And as a result, he came through in magnificent fashion and freed us, which is called the Exodus. This is where you get the word Exodus from, or the book of Exodus from, which was the deliverance from us being in hardcore subjugation and bondage in Egypt. Okay. Now, there's a lot of history that goes into Passover. You got it the ancient times when we kept it when we were in Egypt. Then we got it when we came out of the Exodus in the wilderness. Then we have it leading up until Yahushua. So I want to cover a lot of that, right? So I'm going to make this a two-part class so we can cover the whole totality of Passover. So when we do celebrate Passover, if it be the Most High will, and Yahweh permits, there will be no stones unturned. You're going to know what you're celebrating and why. And if you don't, you just go back and reference these videos. All right. So let's go into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get Exodus chapter 1 from the top. Take good notes, family. We will be jumping around. This will be a long class. Brothers and sisters that's new to this, go ahead and take these notes because I don't want you guys to send me any emails, which I don't mind your emails, but watch the class. This class is going to be able to cover enough to where you're not going to have to send me emails about Passover. You should know after this class what Passover is about. A comprehensive study of Passover, you should know, okay? It's going to be a two-part class for that purpose, okay? Go ahead. Exodus chapter 1, verse 1.
The book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already.
Oh, y'all see how Joseph was already in Egypt? You see how the scriptures repeat itself? What's modern day Egypt? America. Who was here already before Judah and them boys came? Joseph, right?
Yep.
Right? Who's the extension of Joseph? Ephraim, right? He was the head tribe. You see how the history of the scriptures repeat itself? Modern day Egypt is America. Joseph was here first, right? And then his brothers came as well, right? If you got ears of understanding, you should know what I know. I mean, what I'm talking about. If you don't, just if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's all right. Keep reading.
Verse 6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly.
And this is how you know it's black and Hispanics, man. It don't matter what condition black and Hispanics are. Who have more babies than us? Go to the average black or Hispanic household. It's going to be at least about 4 or 5 babies for sure. And we still reproducing. White women not reproducing no more. They're denying their husbands. They like, nah, we ain't trying to have. Don't put no bondage on me. Asian women not having kids, right? I don't know if it's the Most High sewing up their wound or not, but white women are really against having kids. This is where we get all this for this extraneous fertility stuff that we see them doing, you know, trying to beat the geriatric pregnancy. And we're going to go through freezing our eggs and stuff like that. That's white women, right? Black and Hispanics, I live by them. Hey, they still having kids, bro. And they starting out early.
For sure.
I'm talking about 16, 17. They starting off. You know what I mean? Having kids. You know what I mean? That's just what we do, right? So the children of Israel fruitful and what?
Fruitful and increased abundantly.
That's what we do, right? We don't die, we what?
Multiply.
We don't?
And multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them.
It's the land is filled with black and Hispanics.
Yeah.
Wherever they are. What they call, I mean, they're going to call us niggas and wetbacks, but it's going to be a lot of niggas and wetbacks wherever they at. Right? We don't?
Verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
That's a cut to anybody that believe it. We are the same. You have an Egyptian king that's telling you the Israelites are greater than us. We know this. Black and Hispanics are the greatest people to walk the earth. Anytime they touch something, it's gold. It just is what it is, right? He's telling you, hey, these people are very, very, very knowledgeable, and these people are very great. We have to be smart and very strategic dealing with these people, right? Watch this.
Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
So they are reproducing at an alarming rate. We have to divide them. Let's further divide them. Not only is it cool to call them blacks and browns, let's divide them within that. The blacks now, they subdivided within themselves, right? And now they even calling themselves Bloods and Crips. And then they go even down from Bloods and Crips to the block you on. And then the hood that you from, I'm from this side. I'm from this side.
Or this clique.
I'm from this clique.
Yeah.
I'm from this generation. How the Hispanics do it? Well, the Hispanics do it. Well, I'm in Salvadorian. I'm not Mexican. Oh, I'm Central American. I'm from Chile. And then it goes further and further, right? So now we subdivided within the division that we already is, right? This is what the other nations do. Let's divide them, right? Let's divide and conquer. We hear that all the time, right? Let's divide them up, right? Read on.
Verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters.
What is a taskmaster? A what? A manager, right? Somebody to watch over you. A micromanager. How many of us hate micromanagers? I know you hate micromanagers. Like, damn, I'm gonna do my job. The micromanager is watching you all the time, watching your every move, right? This is where America gets this concept from. America got this from ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt said, look, don't leave them free. Put taskmasters over them, right? Put taskmasters. So how does that look? Black and Hispanics is already doing about 10 or 12 hours a day. But that's not enough to put them in the field for 10, 12 hours a day. Let's give them supervisors that's watching their every move. How long you been in? How long was your lunch? Hey, man, your lunch was for 30 minutes. You came back in 33 minutes. What's up with that? Next time I see it, I'm gonna write you up. That's called a taskmaster, right? That's what Egypt was doing. Watch this.
Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them.
The purpose was to afflict them because black and Hispanics, if you leave them too free, they dangerous. You have to oppress them.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you're going to keep them from their glory. If you oppress them, if you let them be free, they're going to figure it out. No, oppress them, afflict them, keep them subjugated. Because I mean, we degrade everything we touch. We're going to be great in it anyway. Sports, music, entertainment,
Dancing.
We have all of that. So they like, look, we if we allow them to have this stuff without oppressing them, without taxing them, without making them be subjugated and fear us, we leaving ourselves susceptible to too much. So look, let them have some of these things, but oppress them in the process, right? Keep them subjugated. Watch this.
With their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Right. So I don't know if y'all drove by LAX lately. They see the infrastructure, the buildings that they doing.
Yeah.
Everybody that worked there is black and Hispanics. And the white boys that's working there is overseeing the black and Hispanics. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, we went last week the Clipper Stadium.
Yep.
Who was in the hard hats in the boots? Hispanic people.
Yep.
Who's at the top looking from the crane, looking down at the workers? White people. Right? The Hispanics is building up that place, man. We're not gonna get no credit for it. Right? So same thing happened in ancient Egypt is happening in modern day Egypt, right? But watch this.
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Mm-hmm. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
Right. Not only am I going to make you build up my infrastructures, I'm going to tax you. I'm not going to pay you real compensation. And I'm going to make laws that's unfavorable for you.
Man.
So you're losing in all spectrums. And I'm doing this for the purpose of keeping you oppressed because I can't allow you to find out who you are. You're too great. Right? If you find out who you are, you're going to overtake me and you're going to move me out of my spot. So I don't want to be moved out of my spot. So I'm going to be aggressive with you. I'm going to systemically oppress you and physically. And I'm going to make the job that you're doing even more difficult by assigning taskmasters. The job is already difficult within itself, but now I'm going to assign people who's grilling your every move. Watch this.
In mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them to serve was with rigor. Mm-hmm. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive.
Right. So this is your ancient world clinic office. Parenthood.
Yep.
This is the ancient parenthood back here, right? Put them to death. If it's a boy, put them to death. Why leave the women? Because we can reproduce with the women. With the men, we got to get them out the way. So kill them. We don't need no warriors. We don't need no rebels. We don't need nobody coming up against what we're trying to do. So get the men out of the way, and then the women, we'll take the women. We'll take their women and reproduce with their women because, what's going to happen? If the women look up and there's not no man, they're going to eventually just go to the other nations. This is how the Egyptians were thinking, right? Watch this.
Verse 19. Salaki, verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and saved the men children alive?
I put out a decree, but why am I still seeing these Israelite babies? Why are they not dying? Watch this.
And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come unto them.
So remember, they finessed them. You know what I mean? He put out this decree.
Yeah.
to kill all the firstborns of the Israelites. But he was like, you know, the midwives they weren't with that. They like, nah, we're not doing that. So when he asked them, why you not upholding this decree? They told him, look, man, these women are healthy. They having babies before we get there. They hiding the babies. We don't know what to do. It's not like they need us, you know. So they lied to the Pharaoh, right? Watch this.
Verse 20. Therefore, God dealt with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
Keep the women for us, kill the men, right? Now, y'all know the story of Moses, right? We don't got to read chapter 2. I know everybody's familiar with the story of Moses. Moses is one of those Hebrew kids, right, that they put in the water, right? That's where his name comes from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Egyptian woman seen the kid and was like, oh, man, I love this baby. I'm going to take him in for myself. Y'all know the rest is history, right? So we're going to skip chapter 2. Let's go ahead and go to chapter 3. Start from the top.
The book of Exodus 3:1. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of the Most High, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see the great sight, while the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here am I.
Right. So this is a miracle that Moses is seeing right here, right? This is his introduction to the Lord right here, right? Sees this miracle. This bush is burning, but it's not consuming. He like, what's going on? So he goes and inquire, and then he gets understanding, right? Now watch this. Drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh.
So now he's giving them instructions. Look, now is your time. Has anybody ever had that epiphany when you realize what your purpose is? Like you've been living life just casually, and then you realize, like, aha, got the aha moment, right? I know what I got to do. This is the moment where Moses realized what his life meant and what it was supposed to happen. This point forward. At this point forward, your job is to be a servant of God. Forget whatever the hell else you thought you was going to do. You're not going to be a pee-wee football player. You know what I mean? You're not going to, whatever you thought you were doing, this is your assignment moving forward. You are set up to work for God, right? So Moses got the assignment. He understood the assignment, right? Watch this, verse 10.
Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt.
I'm going to use you as the intercessor to free my children who are in hardcore bondage in Egypt. You're going to be the savior of these people. Right? So Moses is like, damn, that's a big task. And, you know, Moses started questioning himself. He like, man, that's a big task for one. And two, I wasn't really raised with them. I'm one of them, but I wasn't raised with them. I'll give an example. You know, Kalab and Shaquat and them boys, they from Watts. Moses grew up in Bel Air, but he's one of them. But he grew up in Bel Air. He's like, damn, I can't really relate. I grew up in Bel Air with silver spoons and plates. But I'm really like that though. I'm like how they are, but I grew up over here. How I'm gonna get them to listen to me? They're not gonna listen to me because I didn't grow up like them. Right. So this is what Moses' little, contention with this assignment, right? Read on.
Verse 11, and Moses said unto the Most High, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee, when thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt. Ye shall serve the Most High upon this mountain.
Right. Stop being scared, basically. Most High, like, I will be with you. Stop second guessing yourself, right? Read on.
Verse 13, and Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the God of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you.
Now this name, the title, right? Most High was responding in a arrogant way. I am him. I'm the him that sent you. If they ask you who sent you, I'm him sent you. The one, right? Watch this. Now watch this. When you keep reading, he's going to tell you who his name is, right? Read verse 15.
And God said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, have sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations.
Right? The Lord, right there. The Lord in all caps, that's his name, which is translated in the Tetragrammaton, Yahweh. I don't know if y'all caught that. There's a lesson not about that, but I did want to bring that out, right? Because there's a contention in Israel that people believe I am is his name. That's not his name. Tell you, read verse 15 is slowly for them.
And God said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord.
The what?
The Lord.
Yahweh. The power of your fathers, you know?
The God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob have sent me unto you. This is my name.
My name, right? That's my name. I just wanted to bring that out. Drop down verse 16.
Go and gather the elders of Israel together and say unto them, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen that which is done to you in Egypt.
I see the cries. I see the affliction. I see the bondage. I see y'all being the last ones to be considered and hired. Y'all experiencing police brutality, right? Y'all always getting victimized. You know, everything is always negative when it comes to black and brown people, right? He's like, I see what's going on. I hear it. I hear your cries. I hear your pain. Don't worry. I'm coming. Go tell my people that, right? Now watch this.
Verse 17, and I have said, I will bring you up out of Salakia. I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites unto a land flowing with milk and honey.
Right. Not only am I going to deliver you from this hardcore slavery that you're going through with these Egyptians, I'm going to take you to the land with milk and honey.
Yeah.
Translation, the greatest land and the best land in the world. Israel is positioned in a place where it's right off the coast of Mediterranean Sea, which is the pretty much the plug to the rest of the whole entire world. That Mediterranean Sea can get you into Africa. That Mediterranean Sea can get you into Greece. That Mediterranean Sea can get you right when you go through Israel, it can get you to the so-called Middle East.
Yeah.
So it's the middle line to all of the world essentially. And it has the best gold, the precious metals, commodity. If you do some study right now, they say Israel still to this day, when it comes to precious metal, is probably like the most money has been exchanged off that Mediterranean Sea line. So even though you might see you might see Moab when they come over here, they got the chains with the rappers and all that, right?
Yeah.
But they went to go get it from Israel. They went to go get it from Israel. Right? So he's saying, I gave you the best land, the land of milk and honey. And that land that we see Israel now is not the land that the Lord gave us. He gave us the land from the Nile to the Euphrates.
Yeah.
The only reason we got Israel because we wasn't listening. Because we was wicked. So we got that little box, but it was supposed to be from the Nile to the Euphrates. That's a big body of land. I'm talking about Ethiopia as we know it today, Egypt as we know it today, Somalia, Eritrea, all of that was supposed to be us. All the way to the Euphrates, which would be Iraq. Saudi Arabia, that's all us. Right? That was the land that the Lord gave us. But watch this. Read on.
Verse 18, and they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and ye shall say unto them, the Lord God of the Hebrews have met with us, and now let us go. We beseech thee, 3 days journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God.
Mhm.
And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go. No, not by a mighty hand.
I'm not gonna let these brown and black people go. What? They making me too much money. Who gonna do these jobs? Who gonna do these low-end jobs just that we can pay pennies and crumbs to?
Hmm.
Not only who gonna be able to do these jobs, who gonna be able to do these jobs like him? Nah, we're not letting them go, right? Watch this.
And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, he will let you go.
The Most High was using Egypt as a vessel and a conduit to showcase his greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Like he gonna do America. Everybody thinks America, which is a great country. I'm not gonna lie. America's a great country when you look at it, not in the sense of the deeds. I'm talking about just the sense of what it's been able to accomplish. America's a great country. It's a great country. It's a very, like, what America has been able to accomplish, some of the inventions and the things that they do, the military is great. So the Most High is doing that purposely, raising them up so he can destroy them and he get all the glory in the end, just like he did Egypt, right? So his name can be talked about all throughout the masses, right? So this is what he's doing in America, because ain't nobody beat America but the Most High, right? Watch this.
And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that when ye go, ye shall not go empty. But every woman shall borrow of her neighbor.
That word borrow in the Hebrew means demand, a strict demand.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I be telling brothers, man, stop having the heathens kiss your foot. Bring this precept out.
Yeah.
We need the bag.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My wife don't like designer, but I do. You know what I'm saying? She need that leather, that entire leather that don't bend.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? If you know what I'm doing, you know. If you know, right? He said, borrow. That means go to the Egyptians and strictly demand. Watch this.
Of her neighbor and of her that sojourneth in her house. Jews of
Go
silver.
get the Jews of silver. Go get the Jews. Read on.
And the Jews of gold.
Go get the gold. Read on.
And the raiment.
Go get the Dior.
Yep.
Go get the Hermes.
The Chanel.
Go get the Tom Ford. Ain't nothing wrong with it. We did it in Angel World, right? Watch this.
And ye shall put them upon your sons and your daughters.
And give it to your sons and daughters to make sure they shining too.
Yeah.
Right? Watch this.
And ye shall spoil the Egyptians.
That means take everything. What do you do with spoiled milk? Take everything from them. That's what the Lord said. That's what he's telling them. Egypt was a rich place at this time. This is top like America. He's like, take everything from them, bro. So when you go to the land of milk and honey, you already going in great abundance. You're not going short-handed. You coming with commodities. You coming rich. You know what I mean? Your bank is already up. You see what I'm saying? The Lord gonna make sure we go home right. You see that? That's a part that love his kids. I know I'm doing that for my kids, right? It didn't say in the commandments you got to leave the next generation, the inheritance to the next generation. Well, that's what the Most High was doing. He said, go borrow that. Go take that from the Egyptians.
Run that.
Run that back. Right? Chapter 4. Let's read chapter 4.
The book of Exodus 4:1. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. But they will say, the Lord have not appeared unto thee.
So Moses had his second doubts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's down. He's like, man, you know what? I don't know if this task is for me. I don't know if I'm ready for this particular purpose. I hear what you're saying, Father, but I don't know if I'm ready, right? Watch this.
And the Lord said unto him, what is in thy hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it.
So the Most High showing him the miracles. He said, what's in your hand? That's the rod. All right, let me see that rod. And then it turned into a snake. He got up out of there like, oh no, man.
Yeah, man. What's going on?
What you doing?
Yeah.
Right? What you doing? Right? You know?
Verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses, put forth thy hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob have appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
So that wasn't enough. He said, put your hands in your bosom. Watch this.
And he put his hand into his bosom.
Watch this.
And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
Yeah, so we like to bring this out, right? If the white people are the Jews, why when Moses put his hand in his bosom, his hand came out white? Don't make sense. Shouldn't it come out another color?
Yep.
If y'all already the people?
Yep.
Notice Moses put his hand in the bosom and it came out white, like that Milalago. You know what I'm saying? That's a leprosy, form of leprosy, right? It came out like that, like Milalago, right? Watch this.
And he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again.
Put it back in the shirt.
And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
His regular flesh. So that's just, I mean, I ain't bringing this out for that purpose. I just want to put that out there, you know, because if you Google search Moses, you're going to see a white boy.
Yep.
Right. So we're going to have to throw this scripture out there because it don't make sense. So when he put his hand in his bosom, he was white already. Why did it, when it came out, shouldn't it came out another color? Yeah, it came out more white. I don't know if you can get more color than Milalago, right? All right. We know.
Salakia, and it shall come to pass if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass if they will not believe thee also, believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river and pour it upon dry land.
So he's giving them the prophecy. Look, I'm going to give you these powers to do miracles. Hint, hint. Sound familiar? Who had the power to do miracles like this? Yeah, I was shy, right?
Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna give you the power to do miracles. I'm gonna put on a show for the children of Israel. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Just go and be confident, right? But Moses still wasn't confident, right? Let's drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. And Moses said unto the Lord, O Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore.
But my Hebrew not that up to date or on par. I was raised an Egyptian. That's what that means. Wasn't saying he wasn't smart. He was just saying like, all right, it's like, I'm gonna use Victor. Victor got to go back and get his 10 tribe brothers and sisters. But he like, bro, I was raised American, bro. I really don't speak Spanish, which is a real thing with you, right? He's like, damn, I don't really know Spanish like that. That's what Moses is saying. I don't really know Hebrew like that, bro. I'm a Hebrew, but I wasn't raised with them. I don't speak Hebrew fluently like them. They're not gonna listen to me. That's what he's saying. I mean, it's just real emotions. He's having these real emotions. Like, I don't know if I can do this, right? Watch this.
Nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue.
Yeah, not saying that he in that particular language, he wasn't really knowledgeable or polished on his Hebrew, right? Read on.
And the Lord said unto him, Who have made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord Yahweh? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with thy mouth, and with thy mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do.
So you scared to do it? All right, get your brother who grew up with the Hebrews. Get Aaron. Yeah, the Lord was getting frustrated with him because he's like, bro, all right, whatever. Get your brother. Your brother grew up with the Hebrews. Get him. He'll take him on your journey, right? Take him on your path, and he's gonna help you translate whatever message you need to translate to them, right? He's gonna give you the credibility that you need, that you think you're lacking, right? It's like going back to the hood, but you from Bel Air. You got to remember, Israel was in the hood. I'm from Bel Air. I'm one of y'all, but I live in Bel Air. I live on the top of the mountain. I'm the Fresh Prince. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All right, so it's like Will growing up with Carlton. But he really Will, though. He really from Philly, but he like, damn, I've been growing up my whole life with Carlton. Now I got to go back and convince Tazawar, these street niggas. I need some help. So I need my hood pass. Who my hood pass? Aaron.
Yep.
That's what he felt like, you know, in translation in times, right? That's how he looking at it, right? I don't know how to speak to them. This is what he's saying, right? Now watch this.
Verse 16, and he shall be thy spokesman unto the people.
He gonna speak on your behalf. So you got somebody that's gonna speak for you, right? Sometimes you need that. It's all right. Read on.
And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of a God. And thou shalt take this rod in thy hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. And Moses went and returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said unto him, let me go, I pray thee, and return unto my brethren which are in Egypt, and see whether they be yet alive. And Jethro said to Moses, go in peace.
You know, he just let him know, like, look, bro, I got this task. I got this assignment from the Heavenly Father. I got to go. And Jethro, his father-in-law, was like, yeah, man, salute. I stamp it. All right, go do your thing. Watch this.
And the Lord said unto Moses in Midian, go, return into Egypt, for all the men are dead which sought thy life.
Right, reassuring her, you know what, that's a good thing to do. And everybody that wanted to kill you is dead off anyway, so you good. You should be able to, go do that. Go free your people. Right, watch this.
And Moses took his wife and his sons and set them upon the ass, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of the Most High in his hand. And the Lord said unto Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh.
Do all those miracles in front of him. Read on.
Which I have put in thy hand, but I will harden his heart that he shall not let the people go.
Look, go put on these miracles, but I'm going to let you know, I'm going to make it difficult. Even though you're doing these miracles, Pharaoh ain't going to be, he not going to budge. And I'm going to be the reason why he's not budging. Right? So this is what the Lord is telling Moses, right? He letting them know the assignment before. He's like, look, I'm not setting, like, you're not coming in there blind. You know what's up. Yeah. I'm sending you on a suicide mission almost, in a sense. It's going to seem like it's a suicide mission, but that's why I'm God. I'm going to get you out. Have faith, right? Read on.
Verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. If thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn.
I'm gonna kill your firstborn. Let my firstborn go, Israel, my anointed, my chosen. Or if you play tough, I'm gonna kill all your firstborn.
Yeah, that's how the Lord get down.
The Most High ain't nothing to play with. He a terrible power, man. He not no peaches and cream type of power like the Christian church like to perceive him. You know what I mean? Or the Catholic church like to perceive him. Like, nah. I don't see that in scripture. I guess they like to say, oh, that's a God of the Old Testament. He's the same way in the New Testament. Have you read the book of Revelations?
Yeah.
What you talking about? Yep. Same thing, right? Read on.
Verse 24. And it came to pass by the way in the end that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut out the foreskin of her son and cast it at his feet and said, surely a bloody husband art thou to me.
Just circumcised his kids because they wasn't circumcised, right? Read on.
So he let him go. Then she said, a bloody husband thou art because of the circumcision. And the Lord said unto Aaron, go into the wilderness to meet Moses. And he went and met him in the mount of the Most High and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord who had sent him and all the signs which he had commanded him.
So the brothers they meet back up, and now Moses letting them know the assignment, right? Watch this.
And Moses and Aaron went and gathered all the elders of the children of Israel.
So let me go get the leaderships. Translated, let me go get all the community leaders. I'm gonna go to the leadership of all the communities, and I'm gonna tell them what God told me and what the task is. Right? Watch this.
And Aaron spake all the words which the Lord had spoken unto Moses, and did the signs in the sight of the people.
All the miracles, right? So Aaron helped out Moses because Moses was not confident talking to these people. Right? Read on.
And the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the children of Israel, and that he had looked upon their affliction, then they bowed their heads in worship.
So they got hype. It's like hearing a good story or hearing a good sermon. Everybody was hype and everybody was ready for the task. They were like, oh man, this is crazy. Oh yeah, we ready for this. Yeah, the Heavenly Father is for us. Oh yeah. Hey, let's go. We signing up. We 100% behind you.
We got nothing to lose anyway.
We ain't got nothing to lose anyway. Right? Let's drop down to chapter 5.
Exodus chapter 5 and verse 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus said the Most High of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord?
Who's your guy? Who? What? What? Like what? The nerve of you black and these damn wetbacks and niggas came into the president office and asked me what? How did they get in here?
Yeah.
Who let these niggas in here?
Yeah. For real.
It's like a president. You have a meeting with the president, right? Think about doing the civil rights movement, doing that and the Bound Berets, right? When we was really, really pressing for our civil rights, right? And just trying to be treated with some type of respect and dignity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a chance of kind of like finesse a meeting with the president. The president was like, all right, I mean, let's see what these niggas talking about, man. All right, you got 10 minutes. And then you say something like this. He'd be like, what? Yo, God?
Man.
What the f? If you don't get these overly religious niggas up out of here. Yo, God, tell me what? I'm not gonna free y'all. Y'all know how much millions y'all making me? You crazy, right? This is what Pharaoh said. This is his response to Moses, right? Watch this.
Who is the Lord that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go.
I don't know nothing about your God, and you ain't going nowhere. Right? Read on.
And they said, the God of the Hebrews have met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days journey into the desert and sacrifice unto the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword. And the king of Egypt said unto them, wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their works go unto your burdens.
Get back to work.
And
He's like, man, hey man, y'all niggas get back to work. This meeting is done. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all wasting my time. I got 100 other meetings. Y'all get back to work. Right? This is what Pharaoh said. Read on.
And Pharaoh said, behold, the people of the land are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens. And Pharaoh commanded the same day that the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as heretofore, let them go and gather straw for themselves.
Read on.
And the tale of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. Ye shall not diminish aught thereof, for they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, let us go and sacrifice to our God.
Translation. Oh, y'all was working 12-hour days mandatory. Now it's 16. We sleep for 8. So what are you doing the rest of your day? Slavery. Real story, true life story. The job that I used to work where I had to be in task, he can speak to it, 12-hour mandatory shifts. 12-hour mandatory. If you didn't do 12 hours, you get written up. But you had to do an option on one of the days, a 15-hour shift. So that means if you sleep for 8, you have the plantation for 15 hours, you only got 1 hour to yourself. That's just driving 30 minutes there, driving 30 minutes back. So I really live what this is talking about. You know what I'm saying? And even if you think you making a little bit more money because you get your little time and a half or your double time, hey, Esau taking all that. He about to, oh yeah, we taxing that.
Yep.
You just went into a higher tax bracket. You better go exempt. And if you go exempt, we coming to get that at the end of the year.
Yep. Man, God, hurry. You go get audited.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So you just know when. So he's like, y'all got too much free time, 12 hours, or you know what? 16 hours now. So you sleep for 8, now you got to work for 16. That's what Pharaoh did to our people, right? Since y'all want to complain and y'all want to go serve y'all God. So translation, what is up with all these niggas sending these letters talking about they want their Sabbath off?
Man.
What's up with all of this? They talking about they want Passover off. It was cool when it was just, curd and, and a couple. But now we got 100 damn applications. Man, you know what? The hell with that. Turn it up on them boys. That's what happened. We not giving you your days, and you got to work more.
The devil's so crafty. He sign in certain things and make it put it in your handbook right in. You get what I'm saying?
Handbook, yeah.
Now you can't go against because we'll be breaking protocol.
Yeah, you got to read your employment handbook. You know what I mean? Because you probably can find a cut in there with the law, but Pharaoh was being like unreasonable. He like, look, all right, and then I'm gonna make the job harder. So not only am I gonna make you work harder and longer, now you got to buy your own work boots, Jeff. You got to buy your own work boots. So look, and then you ain't getting no stipend. It's coming out your own check. You got to buy your own work boot. You got to buy your own hard hat. And you got to buy your own gear, your own safety goggles. You got to buy all that. That's what Pharaoh did. Since you niggas came in here talking about free my people, now I'm gonna make it even harder for your people. Now they got mandatory 16-hour shifts. And now they got to buy their own safety goggles. And they got to get their own hard hat. They got to pay for their own certification. I ain't paying for your certification no more.
Man.
So, and Israel going to feel like, damn, y'all niggas are supposed to help us. Hey, man, ever since Moses and Aaron came here, bro.
Yeah, man.
See that nigga Moses back to Bel Air, man.
Oh.
Ever since he came, it's been problems for us. Ain't nothing worked.
Yeah.
He's talking about God gonna deliver us. Like when? Because ever since you came, it's been hard, right? So you can imagine Israel. Y'all know our people.
Yeah.
Where's Christ coming? Yeah, y'all been talking about Christ been coming back since 1970.
And all 12 tribes got a different attitude.
Everybody got a different attitude. They feeling some kind of way, 10 tribes gonna feel some kind of way. Judah gonna feel some kind of way. You hearing like Moses, like, damn, bro, God, what you signed me up for? Man. It's a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Y'all know our people love to complain. Just imagine if you was there listening to all of this, hearing them complain and crying, and like, hey, everything was cool, bro. I was able to get my jag before you came. Now I can't get nothing. I'm getting audits. I'm in a higher tax bracket now. I can't get no vacation time. Right? So it's Pharaoh turned it up on them boys, right? Watch this.
Verse 9. Let their more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words.
So basically he said, look, put more labor on them, and then all this stuff they talking about God, we not listening. All this God religious talk, we not listening, right? Read on.
And the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and they spake to the people, saying, thus saith Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye get you straw where you can find it.
I'm gonna give y'all a real life situation where this happened at my the old plantation I worked at, right? Long story short, we already had a mandatory 12-hour shifts that we had to do, but then when they assigned these taskmasters to our situation, because the whole yard was like 300 people, all black and Hispanics, right? Like 300, maybe 400 people. But when they assigned the taskmasters, they hire like a new group of supervisors. The supervisors had this computerized system where they can see all your moves for the day. So if you didn't make a certain amount of moves, the buzzer will go off in red. It'll go off in red. It's a tracker, right? It'll signal to the supervisor. It'll go off in red. And then the supervisor will look and start studying your moves. And then he had the GPS tracker on your truck or whatever equipment you was operating, watching you. And then he'll wait for the end of the day. He'll send you the printout. Like, what's up with this, bro? You had a mandatory 22 moves. Why you got 17? You short 5. What was you doing? I might give you a warning. I might white you up. Don't let it happen again. That's taskmasters. That's affliction. I'm already out here away from my family for 12 hours, and you showing me this little punk ass paper talking about I had 17 moves.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Come on, bro. You know you about to be mad, enraged, inflamed. I already don't want to be here. I already feel enslaved, and then you talking about I only made 17 moves. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. What you mean? I was asleep somewhere. You know, you want me to get in an accident?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I'm asleep. I just did this 60-hour work week. Give a nigga a vacation.
Yeah, right.
So I can recuperate.
Yeah.
Taz, am I lying? You see me 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when we kept that Passover. He like, hey, Cap, you ate yourself, man. I'm sleeping under the stage. I'm like, I'm not even kidding, bro. I just left the plantation and I went straight to the lamb, straight to the farm. We slaughtered the lamb, got the lamb prepared. Me and Rata, we went to go, get it right and all that. And then I was burnt out by the time Passover was time. I'll try to stay up. The point I'm making is this is real life stuff that we still go through to this day. This is what they was going through in Egypt. Same type of stuff, right? Real life stuff, right? We're going to make it more rigorous. We're going to make it even more difficult. And we're going to make the workload mandatory. So if you try to do your 8-hour shift, we're going to fire you.
Man.
You have to give us mandatory. And then one of the days of the week, you have to give me a 15. So I'll let you pick which day you want to do 15 hours, but 12 hours minimum. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. But this is what Pharaoh was doing, right? We don't.
Verse 11, go ye, get you straw where ye can find it, yet not all of your work shall be diminished. So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters hasted them, saying, fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw.
Hey, man, y'all only got 17 moves today, bro. The 22 is the minimum. Y'all need to hurry up and get to that 2020. Y'all got to get, we're going to take a stipend. We're going to take a half of your check.
Yeah.
This is what Pharaoh, taskmasters is doing. And I know we all hate micromanagers, but just think about a micromanager that's don't even know the job as well as you. Imagine that. Like, I know how to do the job better than you, and you over me.
Yeah.
Watching everything, and I know how to do this way better than you. I can do this in my sleep. Because black and browns, we just happen to do everything good. Like the yard that I worked at with the black, we broke all the records. Like they were phenomenal at their job. But then they would hire people that don't know the job to rule over you. Imagine that. Nigga, you don't even know how to do this. If I walk away from this, it's not even getting done.
Yeah.
But we know we need it because it's like, damn, Esau flashed that money in front of us.
Yeah.
Because we got kids, we got family, we got to feed them. You know what I mean? So it's like a catch-22. It's like, damn, if I walk away, everybody not gonna walk with me.
Yeah.
Everybody walk with me now. I got power, but everybody not gonna walk with me because they thinking about their family. So it's a tough spot. So that was going on in ancient Egypt, right? Y'all can read the rest of this on y'all free time. This is a good one. Let's drop down to verse 15.
Verse 15.
For the sake of time.
The officers of the children of Israel came and cried unto Pharaoh, saying, wherefore dealest thou thus with thy servants? There is no straw given unto thy servants. And they say to us, make brick. And behold, thy servants are beaten, but the fault is in thy own people. But he said, ye are idle, ye are idle. Therefore ye say, let us go and do sacrifice to the Lord. Go therefore now and work, for there shall no straw be given you, yet shall ye deliver the tale of the bricks. And the officers of the children of Israel did see that they were in an evil case. After it was said, ye shall not diminish aught from your bricks of your daily task. And they met Moses and Aaron, who stood in the way as they came forth from Pharaoh. And they said unto them, the Lord look upon you and judge, because ye have made our Savior to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to slay us.
And y'all came to kill us, bro. I thought y'all was really here to help us. It turned out to be a nightmare.
Man,
Moses, bro, like ever since you came back, bro, it's been all bad for our people.
man.
This is what the leadership is saying. Like they not believing on, you know what I mean? That's Israel. God put a little affliction in your life. Now you start doubting God. You don't believe him now.
I don't think this true really for me.
Yeah, I don't think this truth really for me. You know, they are kind of obnoxious. Them Hebrews a little extra. They loud. Now you're making up all these little reasons why you shouldn't go. When it shouldn't be about nobody in here, it should be about you and your God. That's what happened. That's just the nature of Israel. When you get a little affliction, now you want to run from God. You should be going closer to God. When you get afflicted, that's a good thing. That means your father loves you.
Yep.
Trying to teach you something. When your kids going off, do you let them go off or do you whip their A's?
Whoop them up.
Who's our father?
Howard.
He got to whoop us. Got to show you a lesson. Right? Got to show you a lesson. So this is what's going on. The Heavenly Father's, hey, look, I'm trying to teach y'all something. Y'all lack faith. Y'all get a little bit of bondage, a little bit of heartache, a little bit of struggle. Something don't go your way now. Oh, now you want to quit everything. No, that's not how this works. It's going to work on God's time. You got to stay the course, right? It ain't going to work on your time. And that's fine, right? That's why we always say if the Most High permit, because it's on his time. It's not your time, right? We don't.
And Moses returned unto the Lord and said, Lord, wherefore hast thou so evil entreated this people? Why is it that thou hast sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in thy name, he have done evil to this people. Neither hast thou delivered thy people at all. Chapter 6. Then the Lord said unto Moses, now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh.
Didn't God tell Moses, like, I'm going to make it hard? He said, I'm going to harden Pharaoh's heart. He didn't lie to him. He said, look, bro, it's going to be a difficult task. I'm going to put you in a situation where you're going to do miracles. You're going to put on a magnificent performance, but that's not going to budge Pharaoh. Pharaoh's going to look at it and be like, oh, that's cool, but y'all not going nowhere. So what? You know how to do little tricks here and there. You're not going nowhere, right? So God didn't lie to him, but he's like, look, chill out, Moses. Have faith in me. Have faith in me, right? Because Moses is like, man, I don't know what I signed up for. I don't even think I should be the person doing this assignment no more. He praying to the Most High. The Most High like, chill, relax, right? Watch this, verse 6. Chapter 6.
For with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And God spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am the Lord, and I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty, but by my name Yahweh was I not known to them.
Right? Basically, you're not saying they didn't know the name of the Lord, not in this capacity. Right? In this capacity, the judgments that he's about to bring unto Egypt, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob didn't know this type of power. They wasn't familiar with it. You see what I'm saying? What he's about to put on what he's about to do to Pharaoh in Egypt, they didn't know that. You got to think about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was rich. They had abundance. Moses and them boys in slavery. So the Most High is like, I'm about to be recognized in a different capacity after what I'm about to do to Egypt. What I'm about to do to Egypt, they're going to recognize me for this, and this is going to be a worldwide phenomenon and talked about event. It's going to be written too. Right?
Even so much, Oxalakia, to your point, that the Most High reminds us of what he did for us when we was in Egypt.
He always say the God of Egypt or the God that delivered you out of the hands of Egypt. Let you know that's what I'm going to be known for. I'm going to be recognized for that. Right? That's going to be my reputation moving forward. Right? Read on.
Verse 4, and I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan and the land of their pilgrimage wherein they were strangers.
Let's drive down for the sake of time. Verse 9.
Verse 9. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, But they hearken not unto Moses for anguish of spirit and for cruel
They
bondage.
like, bro, we're not trying to hear all that no more, bro. Miss me with all of that, bro. You already had you fooled us one time with all that God talk. We ain't trying to hear all that right now, bro. Ever since you came, nigga, I've been working 16-hour shifts. That's all I know.
Man.
We ain't trying to hear. That's our people. You got to show Israel a little something. Just be like, here come these Hebrew niggas again. Y'all coming here preaching, but they ain't nothing getting better for us.
Man.
Don't they tell us that all the time?
Yeah.
Lack of faith.
Yeah.
No faith. If you came into these doors, you will see how brothers got better in their lives. You see how Ron was such and such when he first came in and how far he grown within the time the Lord been dealing with him. You can see the Monowal's growth. You can see this brother Kalab growth. Within, even how he did with his daughter. I seen so much growth from Promise 3 years ago to now. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord conditioning. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of the most. So it's like it's difficult for the outside world to see what benefits. You see Racha kids, his daughters, they're angels, they amazing. But you're not gonna see that on the street corner. You gotta come inside. You see what I'm saying? So but our people have a propensity to do is just to be like, why none of y'all rich yet? Why y'all not up? Not knowing, hey, look, the Lord been slowly but surely blessed. We came from Racha House.
Yep.
We had the small church. Now we got a bigger church. We're gonna get out of here and get a bigger one after this.
All praises.
So we on to come up, but it's on the Lord's time.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be inside to know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So Israel just do that. They lack faith. They lack faith whenever there's a little bit of pushback, right? You can't lack faith. You gotta maintain faith. Is it hard? Is it difficult? Yes. No, he didn't say it was going to be easy, but you got to remain faithful, regardless, right? You got to remain faithful. We're going to skip this chapter. I wanted to read this chapter. We already, for the sake of time, because I want to get through this whole thing, this whole book of Exodus, or at least up until the 10 plagues. So we'll skip this. Y'all write down this chapter and read this on y'all free time. Just how Israel lacked faith. When they got a little bit of affliction, they went back to their old ways, which our people have a propensity to do. Right? Let's drop down to chapter 7. Chapter 7.
Verse 1.
Yep.
7 and 1. Exodus 7 and 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh that he should send the children of Israel out of his land.
Go to the Pharaoh office and rebuke him to his face.
Yeah.
I made you a power over him.
Yeah.
Translation, Lob. Go talk to Donald Trump in his face because I made him a power over you.
Yep. Yep.
And when you go, be serious. Don't play with that boy. I don't even think Donald Trump would even disagree with us at this point. He'd be like, hey, y'all are the people. All right. I ain't tripping off y'all. Trump might say, y'all are the people. I think I heard him say that. He did say that,
agree with Kanye.
Yeah, he said, yeah. Y'all are the Jews. He's not even disagreeing. Right. So the cat out the bag at this point. Everybody know. But the Lord, like, look, man, I'm making it difficult for y'all, but look, he trying to teach Moses something right here. Have confidence. Have more faith. Have assurance. Like, look, you a God. Go talk to Pharaoh. Look him in his eye. Let my people go. Right? Read on.
Verse 3. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt and bring forth my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them. So did they.
So their spirit was revigorated, right? Drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did as Salaki, and they did so as the Lord hath commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments.
So Pharaoh like, bro, y'all think y'all doing something? I got people that can do that too. Let me go call my magicians. You know what I mean? I'm tapped in too. Hey, look, y'all think y'all doing something? I got magicians on speed dial. Watch this. Right? Read on.
For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart that he hearkened not unto them.
So they lost that battle. Pharaoh Egyptians lost that magicians lost that battle, but Pharaoh is like, all right, whatever. That's still light though. He's still being tough. He's still acting hard on Israel, right? Read on.
Salakia, as the Lord have said, verse 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refuseth to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's brink, against he come. And a rod which was turned to a serpent thou shalt take in thy hand, and thou shalt say unto him, the Lord God of the Hebrews have sent me unto thee, saying, let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Thus saith the Lord, in this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the water which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water.
All they clean water.
Go
destroy it. And kill all they fishes and animals in the water. Kill them all. Right? Kill all the living vessels in the water. Watch this.
That they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord commanded. And he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river, and in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink the water of the river.
No more clean water.
And there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord hath said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to do this also. And all the Egyptians did round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river.
So they had to dig for water because all the fresh water was pretty much destroyed, contaminated at this point. So they was like, we're going to go drill for some water. We're going to go find a cave and hit it and see if we can find some water underneath there. Just being prideful, right? He said, nah, we don't care about our water being contaminated. We don't care if it got Ebola in the water. We ain't tripping. We're going to keep it going.
Translation, how Esau, he taking the sewer water and trying to purify it.
Disgusting.
Damn devil. he the devil, for real.
Right. Read on.
Verse 25. The 7 days were fulfilled after the Lord had smitten the river.
So that's plague number 1, all right? Y'all write that down. That's the first plague, right? Plague 2 right here.
Exodus 8:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, go unto Pharaoh and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs, and the rivers shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants.
That's plague number 2,
right?
The frogs. Plague 1, the bloody rivers where he contaminated all the water and made it not drinkable. Plague number 2 is the frog, right? Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. Salakia. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord and he may take away the frogs from me and from my people.
Imagine being in here and there's just frogs every goddamn where. Stinking. You can't even go, and they just
Hopping and shit, man. Man.
all up in here, all in back of me right here. I'm trying to teach, walking across the screen.
God.
You know what I mean? So Pharaoh, this is the first time he got a little resistance. He like, hey man, tell your God to chill, bro. He like, hey, this is getting way overboard at this point. Tell your God to relax. You doing way too much. Right? Verse 8.
Verse 8. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord.
All right, man, I had enough, man. Look, if you tell your God to chill, then I'm gonna go ahead and let them go. All right. That's you got my word on that, right? Read on.
Verse 9. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me. When shall I entreat for thee and for thy servants and for thy people to destroy the frogs from thee and thy houses, that they may remain in the river only? And he said, tomorrow. And he said, be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our power. And the frogs shall depart from thee and from thy houses and from thy servants and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh.
So Moses is like, all right, deal. All right, you gonna let my people go? All right, deal. I'm gonna go and treat the Lord, and this problem is gonna be taken care of. Right? Read on.
And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord have said.
He did the bait and switch.
Yep.
Once he got his problem alleviated, he said, oh, I'm not letting y'all blacks and Latinos go. Nah, not that easy. Nah. Switched it up, right? So that's plague number 2. All right. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. The Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lights throughout all the land of Egypt.
That's plague number 3. Now he's putting lights all throughout this land. Right? Everywhere you're gonna see these little lights everywhere. These little fleas and just everywhere, just all over the place.
Right?
Like in a great abundance though. To where you can't get rid of it. So that's plague number 3 right there, right?
Right.
Read.
And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beasts, and in all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beasts. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of the Most High. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them.
So that's plague number 3, right? We covered 3?
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to get these flies. Number 4, watch this.
Verse 20. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and all the ground whereon they are. I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be.
Read on.
And the Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt.
How many of us hate flies?
Man,
Just imagine if there's 1 million of them, though.
man.
Flying everywhere, bro. All in your car, all in your house, all in the restaurants, all in your food. You taking a shower, you taking a bath, they in there.
A certain flies bite.
Certain flies can get on you and get to try to bite you.
Yeah. Come.
It was all bad in there, man. So that's plague number 4, right?
Come.
Number 4, all right.
Yep.
So y'all can read the rest of this little chapter on y'all free time. Let's get 25 because Pharaoh like, damn, I ain't had enough.
Come, right? Verse 25. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. And Moses said, It is not meet to do so, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away and treat for me.
Nah, but I'm gonna still have power over you.
Man, devil.
And over him, like he in a position of power. You know, you're powerless.
If y'all want to return to Africa, that's cool. Go ahead and pay for y'all tickets on the boats and all that. Y'all go.
Y'all go. But y'all gotta check in with me and monitor.
Come, right? Yeah.
Basically, and be back at a certain time. Like he got the power to do that.
Damn,
This is the devil, man. Right? Read chapter 9.
Come. The book of Exodus 9:1. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go and will hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field. That's
the 5th one.
Come. Yep.
That's number 5. Now he put a plague on the cattle.
Come.
All the animals. You know, once you get all the animals out of there, there's no grocery stores, there's no food, there's no exchanges happening. The money slowing up is all bad. So this is the 5th plague the Lord has put upon Egypt, right? Just to show the power of our Heavenly Father, right?
Come.
Drop down to verse 8.
Come. Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt.
Y'all know we just came out of a pandemic, COVID-19, right? Yeah, so the Lord put something similar like that, like a bubonic plague, all across the globe, or all across Egypt, essentially, where everybody had boils.
Yep.
Everybody was experiencing this, right? Right. So that's number 6 right there, right? Get drop down to verse 22.
Verse 22. Salaki Malak. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thy hand toward heaven, and there shall be hail in all the land of Egypt upon men and upon beasts and upon upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and fire ran along upon the ground, and the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail and fire mingled with hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a
hailstorm, man. Chunks of ice. But then you also see fires all over the place. We see that in America right now. I mean, in California. California stay on fire.
Yeah.
We got a fire season all the time, right? Where are these fires coming from, man? It's the Lord doing that. Right? So he made it rain hailstorm, chunks of ice. That can bust all your windows open.
Yeah.
It can kill you, man. Yeah.
And you know, water and fire don't mix.
Don't mix.
Yeah.
It's all bad. So that's what, number 7?
Yep.
That's number 7, right? All right. Let's get the 8th plague. I think it's the locust.
Yep. 10:1.
Yeah. Yep.
The book of Exodus 10:1. And
verse 3. Yeah, reverse.
Verse 3. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that no one can be able to see the earth.
So now I brought flies, I brought lights, I brought frogs. Now I'm about to bring locusts, and locusts eat up all the crops.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all got animals dead. Now all y'all crops about to be dead as well. So y'all ain't gonna have no grocery stores.
Man.
Y'all seen how it looked in COVID, right? When the stores is empty.
Yeah.
But imagine that for like months. Like we were having it low key, but not that bad because we was only out of like toilet paper and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Like imagine nothing in the store. And then when you go outside, it's just locusts flying everywhere. And they flying in hives too, like big hives. Eating up everything.
Man.
Right? Read verse 17. This is what's going on.
Exodus 10 and 17. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel
So he's still
go.
playing tough.
Come.
Still playing tough. Right? So that was plague number 8, right?
Yep.
All right, plague number 9.
Come.
21.
And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Yashar'Allah had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, go ye, serve the Lord. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you.
Imagine a power outage everywhere, but only in the Black and Latino areas, the light's still on.
Man,
That's what the Lord did.
See.
That's a sight to see. The projects and the ghettos, the lights is on, but everybody else, the lights is off. They can't see nothing. The only thing they got is candles. Right? And they felt it, yeah. They felt it. It was thick darkness outside. Oh, you wanted to? Oh, yeah, give it to him. I couldn't see. Yeah, this is light in my phone.
At my job one time, actually, it was probably like a couple of weeks. There was like this thick mist, so it was basically like how it's described in Exodus. It was a thick darkness. Like I can literally feel it. It was hard for me to breathe and everything. So I just want to get my testimony on that.
It's like the spirit of it in the atmosphere, changes. I don't know if you ever been in like high altitude where it's harder to breathe. It was like that type of energy going on, right? So much to the point they didn't even want to go outside. They wanted to stay in the house because it was scary. It was really spooky, right? So that was plague number 10 of 9, right?
Nah.
All right, so we got to get the final plague. Read chapter 11.
Book of Exodus 11 and 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether.
What's the final plague? Anybody know? Passover, right?
All praise.
That's why we celebrate this, right?
Let's
get the death of the firstborn. All right. So he said, look, this last plague, I'm for sure Pharaoh's gonna let y'all go after this. Like this is gonna be crazy. So it started chapter 11. We're gonna skip chapter 11 for the sake of time, and then we're gonna go ahead and cover chapter. You know what? We got time. Let's read chapter 11 and 12.
What you want me to start, Malak?
Verse 2.
Verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people.
His name was renowned. And known like ever since he came, man, it's been wreaking havoc on our people, bro.
Man.
So when the Hebrews go knock on your door, hey, run whatever they ask you. Be nice to them. So translation, we go down there to downtown, what's that? The Diamond District.
Yeah.
I need all that.
Yeah, give me that.
My wife loves jewelry.
Yeah.
She need that.
Yeah.
She needs anklets. Yeah, she need all that. We need expensive earrings.
Don't hide the stuff in the
Don't
back.
hide
Bring
it.
the
Hey,
stuff.
go get the
Bring
stuff
that
in the
out.
back.
Yeah.
Go
Bring
give me
that
the
out too.
rubies and the rare diamonds you got in the
Bring
back.
that out.
Go give me all that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want all these. Yeah, my daughter like jewelry too. Yeah, run that. Hezzy, King Hezzy need all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And make sure you customize my bow chain too. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Right. So that's why I be trying to tell Israel, stop making the heathens bow down, kiss your foot. Bring this scripture out. We know this is modern day Egypt, man. We're gonna lead in great abundance. So look, your bank account belong to me anyways.
Yep.
Run the bag.
Yep.
I'm gonna get it now or later.
Yep.
Might as well just make it easier for me and run it now.
Yep.
Cash at me. Write a check to my congregation. Make it simple, man. So we can get a bigger building. Right? Come on, man. Run the bag, man. Stop, Israel. Stop making heathens kiss your foot and tell them to run that check, man.
Yep.
That bag, man.
It helps the ministry
It
anyway.
help the
You know,
ministry. We can
it
push
further.
forward. You really sorry about what your forefathers did? Prove it.
Yep.
I don't want you to kiss my foot.
Con.
Give me a check.
Yeah.
Write a check because you got it. You got it off the hands of slavery and bondage and subjugation of my people. So run it back. If you're really sorry, show me you sorry.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got the precepts to support it, to prove it. Right. Actions speak a whole lot louder than words. Hey, I'm sorry for what happened to you blacks and you Hispanics. Prove it.
Yeah.
Run the bag. I know you got an extra car somewhere, man. Run that.
Yeah, run that.
Go ahead and tell me. Hey, just go ahead and tell the DMV you gave it to me for a gift.
Man.
Give me the pink slip.
Yep.
Hey man, we gotta start being smarter. Run the bag. Hey, you ain't got nothing to lose.
Man.
Tell them run that. Right.
For real. That's real, right? Yeah.
Read verse 4.
Verse 4. And Moses said, thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill.
Hey, that's scary. Moses, hey, you got to midnight. All your firstborn kids gonna die. Mark my word, midnight they gonna die. You're gonna be like, damn, bro. Everything else he said came to pass. Why am I not gonna believe this one? That's mad scary. He's like, what? He like, bro, at midnight, all your firstborns gonna die. It's gonna be an outcry. Your city, your state's gonna be in an uproar after this, right? So Moses tell him, hey, look, y'all got to midnight, right? Your kids are gonna die, your firstborns are gonna die, right? You know?
And all the firstborn of beasts, and there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. Mm-hmm. But against any of the children of Yasha'Allah shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Just hauling in that fact that the Most High says we are the chosen. He chose us, and there's no other nation on the level of us, right? We don't.
And all these thy servants shall come down unto me and bow down themselves unto me, saying, get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land.
Read.
Verse Exodus 12:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Right. So we have our new moon is coming up. That will be the beginning of our new year, right? It says this month will be the beginning of your months. That word months means new moon. It should be the first new moon of the year.
Con.
right? Now, what seasons does this occur in? You just read chapter 13, verse 4. Y'all can write that down. If you want to read it real quick, you can do it.
All right, yeah, con. Exodus 13:4. This day came ye out of Salakia. This day came ye out in the month of Bib.
Abib is translated as green ear. When do the green ears of corn begin to grow? Spring.
Con.
It's synonymous for spring. If you read that same scripture in the NLV or the ESV, that word Abib will be translated as spring. So it's telling you the new moon that comes in the spring is the time you start your new year.
Con.
So when our next new moon? Let me see.
April 8th, that's sundown.
April 8th. April 8th sunset. So that would be our new year. The reason why we didn't have our new year with the last new moon, which was what? What day was that?
I believe March 10th, I believe.
Was it March 10th?
If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Yeah.
March 9th, right? March 9th sunset. The reason why we didn't start our new year right there because it was technically still what? Winter.
Winter, con.
Technically still winter. You can't start a new year in winter. Brother Bayan sent me a video yesterday. It's still snowing out there in Detroit. You can't have no Passover and it's snowing. That don't make sense. You got to give it time for spring to kick in. You see what I'm saying? It just so happened during this time, we had to double a door, and spring is going to be fully materialized when we actually present our sheep offerings to the Lord, which is one of the requirements you have to do during the Passover season, right?
Con.
So we jump into the last plague, which is when the Lord passed over and killed the firstborns, right? Which is called the Passover. So now we're going to read the details of the Passover. So I want y'all to take good notes. Take good notes. Family online, family in attendance, take good notes, all right? Because every single thing we about to read is instrumental and critical in understanding Passover, right? So you got to get the months right. You got to get the season right. You see that? You got to begin your year in the right season, right? Read on.
Con. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house.
Right. So on the 10th day of the first month of the year, you got to go find that lamb that you're going to prepare for the Passover. So, brothers, I will be talking to y'all after class. 10th day, which I marked on my calendar. Me and Lab, we had a meeting, is on April 18th. April 18th, we got to go secure that lamb. All right. April 18th. Brothers, we got this. Verse 3. Was it verse 2? Yeah, verse 3. Verse 3. Verse 3. Chapter 12, verse 3. Yeah. All right. 10th day, we got to go pick out that lamb, right? We can't skip over none of these steps. Every step matter. All right. So that's one of the things, right? So the 10th day of the month, we go pick out the lamb. Read on.
And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
Right. So get enough lambs to support you and your little neighborhood in your area. What the Lord is saying, right? Read on.
Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
So you can pick a sheep or a goat, but they got to be at least a year old. And it got to be without blemish. So that's another reason why we're going to 10th day, Lob, so we can analyze the sheep. So when we go check. When we go to the barn, we go check to see if there's any blemishes. Like if he's missing a toe or he walk with a limp, we can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? We might have to, if he's missing a horn is chipped off. You know what I'm saying? We're like, no, we got, she laughed it out. But we got to make sure he's solid. You know what I mean? We got to make sure he's solid. These are all the prerequisites, right? So when you go pick out your lamb, you got to make sure your lamb is without blemish, right? Read on.
And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month.
We have somebody keep it up for us to the 14th day, right? Read on.
And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
So you got to kill it in that 14th day on the sunset. Read on.
And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses.
Right? So y'all see the top of that? We did that.
Yep.
Me and Kalab, we put the blood all on the top of that and all on the side of that. All right.
Praise.
right? That's the covering, that's the protection, right? We're gonna do that again, and Yahweh permits. You know,
And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs.
right? Those are the three essentials for Passover: the lamb, bitter herbs, unleavened bread. Write that down, family. Lamb, bitter herbs, unleavened bread. These are all essentials. They all have significant meanings. The lamb represents who? Yahweh Shai. The bitter herbs represents what? The hardcore bondage and subjugation that we were going through, right? This is why we eat these bitter herbs in remembrance of that hardcore bondage and servitude we were subjugated to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the unleavened bread. What does that represent?
Removing sin.
Removing sin, purity, being a man of no guile. Yahweh Shai was somebody of no guile. And look, he embodies and encompasses all of those elements. That's why we say follow him, because he does it everything. He's the lamb without blemish. He's also the unleavened bread because he done it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
The man that was found no charges you can bring up on Christ. That's why when Pilate was like, "Why y'all want me to kill him? He ain't do nothing wrong. I have nothing to bring up on him, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's not. Why y'all want me to kill him? For what? He didn't do nothing wrong. You see that? And then also the bitter herb, the hardcore bondage. You know, Christ pretty much took all of our sins upon his own self and put it on his own back. And that's why he died on the cross for us, right? All right. So every single one of those elements are essential, right? Read on.
Verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire.
You gotta cook it with fire. You can't boil it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You're not supposed to fry it.
Yep. Bake it.
Yeah, you gotta roast it.
You
gotta roast it, okay? So that's why we got the grill, right? Read on.
Salakia. Verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with the water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof.
Right, so the insides of them, right? You take out all the insides, the organs and all that. You take all that out, right? You skin it, take all of the insides out, throw that out, and make sure that the head stays intact and you don't break any bones, essentially, right? So don't break any bones. Read on.
Verse 10, and ye shall let nothing of it.
Get him another one. Oh, that's good.
And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
Right, so that's why we have the second grill. When we don't eat all of the lamb, we got to burn the rest of the flesh. See that? It says, don't leave nothing of the lamb left over. So there's no leftovers in this feast. Everything has to be burned that you don't eat. Well, not everything pertaining to the lamb. The bitter herbs and the unleavened bread you can throw away. But when it comes to the lamb, you got to burn it. So we will give y'all instructions when we keep it in here. Don't throw no lamb away.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we'll have a tray y'all can put it in because we're gonna have to burn it. Okay. So we got to burn the flesh that we don't eat. Read on.
Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste.
The reason why we had to eat it in haste because the Lord was about to pass over at midnight.
Yep.
And kill everybody. So we got to get up out of there. We got to get up out of there. That's going to be our ticket to move, right? So we was girded up. We was ready to go, right? We was just patiently waiting for 12 o'clock, right? Read on.
Yep. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt will I execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial.
A what?
A memorial.
The root word in memorial is memory. Y'all, we gotta memorialize this day and keep it in the forefront of our minds what the Lord did for us. He put on a show, 10 plagues in magnificent fashion, all for us. to be delivered it in a way that it was widely talked about. It was widely talked about in like adjacent areas. They like, damn, bro, did you see what the God of Israel did for them? Man, Egypt was a powerhouse. They went from a powerhouse to nothing.
Nothing.
And still to this day, they still struggling. It seems like they can never recover from that. You see that? Real?
For a memorial, you shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
The ordinances, right? Which are the responsibility, the duties. How long? He said we got to do this?
Forever.
We got to keep it up. I don't know what the heck is people talking about. There's a doctrine, oh, Christ is the Passover. We don't got to do it no more. It said forever. And we see in the New Testament, after Christ's death, they still keeping the Passover.
Yep.
I don't understand where these people getting these doctrines from. Do y'all read the Bible or y'all just like to hear yourself talk?
Man,
the law says forever, and then we see them applying the law after Christ. Doesn't make sense, right? So don't listen to man, listen to the Bible, man. It's that simple. Read on.
Verse 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses.
Right. So this is the one I wanted to talk about. In terms of the leavened bread of the Most High, he wanted us to be so on point that he said, hey, look, remove all the leaven out of your homes. Right now, Esau's a slick, slithering a-hole. Almost cuss. They call it. That he hides a lot of these leavening agent and ingredients that we don't know how to pronounce, don't even know. So it'd be like what was it? Sodium bicarbonate.
Yep.
We don't even. That's a leaven agent. We might not be privy to. That's in soda. That's in like our baking soda. That's deodorant. In deodorant. That's in all our, probably some of our cosmetics for the sisters. It might be in some of our brothers your laundry.
For sure.
Toothpaste.
Yep.
Water. Why are you putting sodium in water? But to preserve it, but that's what they do. So we gotta be careful. Yeah, we have an 11 list. If y'all need it online, feel free to give me an email. Hit me an email, believers of the way 144k at Gmail, requesting the 11 list. I'll send it to you. Everybody in here got the 11 list, right? You don't got it? You're not in the chat yet? All right, make sure you in the chat and check. I know you ain't got the phone yet, right? All right, so we'll make sure you get the list. All right, we'll send it to your email. All right. All right. So we gave you a list of all these little hidden leavening agents that Esau hides. Like I'm gonna give you a couple of the names. Like ain't no way in hell we would know this. Aluminum bicarbonate, right? Aminium carbonate. Aminium chloride, baking powder, baking soda, bicarbonate aminoa, calcium carbonate, calcium lactate, calcium monohydrin, phosphate. You know, so when you see any of these ingredients, you know what I mean, in the stuff, hey, look, we gotta throw it away. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, the weeks moving forward. I like the idea Lob came up with. We're gonna probably just have a little feast and we just bring all our little leavening products and we cook up. I wish we had we probably can get the grill. Get the grill, Taz. You ain't touched that grill in a minute. I love your chicken. He said, what? He said, don't play with me. Don't play with me with a good time.
Oh, the little deep fryer grill.
You know what I mean? Because we got to get it out of there anyways, right? So instead of throwing it away, we might as well just, have a little party and bring all our little leavening products and we come here and eat it.
That's cool.
Y'all like that idea?
Yep.
All right, let's do that. All right. He said, don't spoil me with a good time. Huh? All right. So look, no leaven products, right? So that means, look, you got to do a thorough deep conditioning in your cars. Thorough deep conditioning in your homes. If you live with people that's not in the truth, just do whatever room you got control over. I know, V, you probably live with your parents. So if you got your own room, just make sure your room tight. Oh, yeah, okay, you're good then. You know what I mean? Whatever you got control and you ownership of that, make sure that's solid. So clean out them backpacks. Your car trunk. We got liquor in my Trunk, we got to get all that liquor. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to drink it. It's up to y'all. Or y'all want to throw it away? It's on y'all. We gotta get rid of it though. Yeah, Law said, bring it in. You know, Law said, hey man, don't you dare throw no liquor away. All right?
Man,
Law said, what you
Israel know what to do with it.
Law said, bring it in. All right, what you talking about? I can bring it tonight. We can make it a feast tonight and start tonight. We got like 12 bottles. It's on y'all. It's on y'all. What's up? We sipping tonight? She said she cool, all right? If she said we doing it, Gadal said, nah. He said, he burnt out? Okay. Look, man, I'm going to go get the drink. Whoever want to drink, let's drink. We got to get rid of it anyways. I'd rather get rid of it than to pour it down the drain. All right, so we got to get rid of the leaven, right? Leaven out of our homes. In Israel, if we were in Jerusalem, months leading up, we wouldn't even allow leaven in the city. We wouldn't allow leaven in the city. Like within like 60-mile radius, there wouldn't even be no leaven allowed in Jerusalem. That's how serious it was. You know what I mean? I'm talking about maybe like a month and a half, 2 months leading up. That's how serious it was. So we was already situated and prepared, you know, maybe a week or two out. So I'm letting y'all know, you know, Passover is on April 22nd. So y'all go prepare now. Prepare now. You know what I mean? We will have a school cleanse where we will actually get the school prepared for removing all the leaven and agents in the school. But nevertheless, we want to make sure in our home, which we do have control over, whatever areas, you know, even your workplace. You know, if you got a little office cubicle, all that, you know, you can't worry about places that you don't got control over. But what you got control over, make sure it's clean. This is the real essence of spring cleaning. This is where spring cleaning derives and comes from, right here. Right? We know?
7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the seventh, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation.
7-day feast. Y'all see that?
7-day
feast of 7 days, unleavened bread. 7 days you got to eat unleavened bread. 7 days we got to remove these unleavened bread, these leavening agents from our home, right? So you know, this is a feast that's real meticulous. You got to pay attention to the details, right? Read on.
No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat.
The work is only for the first and the last day, not the whole 7 days. So the first day is a convocation and the last day. So day 1 and day 7 is a high holy day, which is considered a Sabbath. We don't do any work, so we call off those days. So for us, it would be the 23rd and the 29th. So 22nd sunset to the 23rd. And then the 28th sunset to the 29th. So most of the people work, you know, 9 to 5s and all that. Y'all work in the day. So 23rd you want to call off, and the 29th you want to call off. All right. We don't.
Save that which every man must eat, that only may be done for you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore, ye shall observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
How long?
Forever.
No, just during the time of Christ. Forever. Read on.
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even.
Right. So the 14th at even to the 21st day at evening, we eat the unleavened bread. Read on.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your house.
7 days, remove the leaven. It's gonna take a little bit of work, but do that. All right. Do that, please. If you need, hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. Roger put me to shame. One day I went over there to his house, him and Lob, man, they flipped that whole apartment upside down. I'm like, damn, I ain't clean this thorough. Y'all making me look bad. I'm like, damn, I gotta go double back. One day I went over there with them. I think we was going to get the lamb, but Rotten and La was still cleaning. I'm like, bro, I'm talking about they went under the refrigerator. They went into all the cabinets was empty. They pulling up the rug. I'm like, damn, I ain't do all that. I gotta go double back. They making me look bad out here. You know what I'm saying? But you know, do your best. Do the best you can. All right. Do the best you can. Make sure y'all thoroughly clean the house. This is where the spring cleaning come from. Anyways, if remove that leaven, get it out the house. All right. Start throwing away stuff. You know, stuff, you don't want to be a hoarder and then just have so much stuff. Get rid of that. Most High ain't dealing with none of that, right? Cleanliness is next to what?
Godliness.
Make sure it's clean, right? Read on.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel.
I don't want none of y'all to get cut off and lose your blessing. So that's how serious it is. I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. It's like, hey, this is the Lord. This ain't Hiram. He's telling you don't do this. Because once you violate his commandments, now he's going to disregard you. So you might as well just listen. Obedience is better, right, than sacrifice, right?
Come.
This, even if you don't fully understand it, just listen. This is your God. He's telling you to do this, right? This is not Hiram telling you. I'm just showing you how to do it. I didn't write the book, right? But I'm going to tell my people what y'all need to hear, right? Do it like God said, right? We just follow the instructions, right? Read on.
Whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
Whether you grew up in Jerusalem or you grew outside of Jerusalem, this still applies to you. So this is all Israel. It don't matter where you at. Read on. That's a cut. It don't matter. If you was from the land or you grew up outside the land, this apply to you, right? Read on.
Verse 20, ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintels and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord will pass over through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you.
That's your mark of protection. That blood is that covering. That blood is Christ.
Yep.
That's the covering, the grace that we get right there, right? Read on.
And
also, right, every covenant is sealed in blood, right?
Yeah.
That's also the consummation of the marriage between us and Christ. Remember, Christ said he bought us with a price.
Yep.
What was that price? Blood. Right. So you in this where you want to be or you don't. I would say it's perks. You might as well just come and get it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many perks, but you could choose to be like Esau and deny your birthright. That's on you.
Man.
I wouldn't recommend to do that. You got a birthright to be a god and princesses, but you can deny and say, I don't want that. Let me go back to slavery. It's on you. You choose. But just know your birthright comes with, look up the word birthright for me, y'all.
I got you.
It's a God-given right that you have available at your disposal. Look at the word birthright real quick. What does that word mean? The word birthright, it says a particular right of possession or privilege one has from birth, especially as an elder child. When you look up the word and the synonyms, it says an inheritance, your heritage, right? So the laws of God and everything that encompasses in these scriptures is your heritage. It is your way of living. So you can deny it if you want. I'm just letting you know there's perks, the benefits. There's immediate perks because your life's going to immediate change. But even further than that, you're going to be a God in the earth. A sovereign. I don't even think y'all can conceptualize a sovereign where there's no laws but God that apply to you. I always like to say, I mean, black and Latinos think they think they doing something because they run a little block, right? They might be a little gang leader, but you can't shut down. You can't make a call and shut down the city.
No, you can't.
Esau can make a call and the city shut down. All the lights, no traffic, turn everything off. Shut your water off, shut your lights off. That's power. We're going to have that kind of power.
All praises.
Where you make a snap of your finger, it happens, right? That's supreme power. We don't have supreme power. We got a little power on our little blocks and all that, but I'm talking about supreme power. When every nation is subjugated to you in your rule. That's what you want, right? So we ain't seen nothing like that, right? Not yet. Read on.
Salaki, I had a precept for
bring it up.
purchased by his blood. It's 1 Peter 1:18. For as much as ye know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition of your fathers, but with the precious blood of Christ, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. So just going back, lending me back on my brother and showing you that, that was Christ's blood that was covers you, and also you was redeemed by that blood. That's that blood covenant, that we entered into.
Yeah, it's a better one than Acts 20.
You want it?
If you want to get that, I think it's Acts 20:18. That's the one where it says the blood, he was purchased with his blood. I think that's, let me see.
20.
Just to bring that point out.
First Peter 1:18 and 19. Yeah, 20 and 28. I got it.
That's what y'all gotta bring it out.
So like it is the book of Acts chapter 20 and verse 28. It says, take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit have made you overseers, to feed the church of God, which he had purchased with his own blood.
He purchased it with his own blood. So that was the blood on the doorpost. So we leaders, he said, feed the flock, which y'all are, which God purchased with his blood. Right. So it's blood in, blood out. It's up to you. I would say take heed to your birthright. Don't throw it away. That's like your daddy being a trillionaire and you like, I don't want that.
Yeah, man. Come on. Foolish.
I don't want that. I want the struggle life. I like being in the project, nigga. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? Bro? The niggas in the projects don't want to be in the projects.
And that's truly the spirit of Esau. Like, they give up everything to come to the ghetto. Huh?
Let's go to the ghetto, man. No, not me.
Man.
You want the struggle life? You like Section 8 housing?
Man, nah.
You like WIC? You like food stamps? Or do you want an unlimited credit card?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Read.
Verse 24, and ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service?
So if your kids ask you, what's up with this service? Why we got to do this? Tell them this.
That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed the head and worship.
Right. So if your kids ask, just read this scripture. This is why. This is why we celebrate this.
Yeah.
This is a big deal. We were in hardcore slavery, bondage, subjugation. The Lord put plagues on that place in magnificent fashion, so much to the point that the whole world talked about it. And then as a result of that, the last and final finality was the Lord passing over, killing all the firstborn of the Egyptians, and we was free. And we left in great abundance. And as a result, we celebrate.
All praises.
You see that? That's what you want to tell your kids, right? Read on.
And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight, the Lord smote all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt.
Ruckus, pandemonium. Imagine waking up and your kids, your firstborn, your oldest is dead. Like what what?
Yeah,
And your cattle. And he said people in jail too. They might got that call like, hey, such and such died, bro. It was bad. It was bad in Egypt, right? Read on.
For there was not an house where there was not one dead.
It was one house. It was not one house that they didn't lose a family member that day.
All praises. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go and go serve the Lord as ye have said.
He's like, hey man, y'all get up out of here, bro.
Yeah,
Pharaoh's like, I had enough, man.
yeah.
Y'all get out of here, man. Man, I don't know who y'all God is, but y'all need to go, man.
Man.
It's been all bad since this Moses dude done came. Man, y'all need to get up out of here, right? So he told them, like he was like, urgently, y'all need to get out of here, leave, right? We don't.
Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we be all dead men.
Yeah, if y'all don't leave, we're gonna all die. So go, please, leave now. We don't.
And the people took their dough before it was leavened, and their kneading turls being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment.
They ran that bad.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, you like that designer fragrance? Yeah, we getting all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need them in shows and grows, bro. I need all that.
Yep.
I need the Gucci.
God.
I need the Hermes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I need the Tom Ford. You know what I mean? I need all of that. Run that.
Yep.
Read.
And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians.
They destroyed the Egyptians, everything. They emptied out their bank account. Read on.
And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them.
So you already know we're gonna have heathens cleaving.
Yeah.
Heathens, they're gonna always want to cleave to us. That's just normal. That's regular scheduling programming, right? Read on.
In flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victuals. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt were 430 years.
So we was in slavery for 430 years. We don't.
And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the self same day, it came to pass that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt.
Read.
It is a night to be much observed.
It's a what?
It is a night to be.
It's a night feast. It's a night feast, right?
Yep.
That's why we're gonna keep it April 22nd, sunset. Read on.
Unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is the night that the Lord Salakit. This is the night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
No heathens can eat this Passover. Read on.
But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
Right, unless he's go through the proper channels and he's a slave, right, or somebody that you hire and he's properly circumcised, you can eat of it. Right, read on.
A foreigner and their hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
All what?
All the congregation of Israel shall keep
Men
it.
and women have to keep it. All right. One thing, it's not going to highlight this in this chapter. It'll be in another chapter. Women, if you're on your menstrual cycle during this time, you're not allowed to partake in it. Unfortunately, right? You'll be unclean. So if you're bleeding during this time, you can't partake in the feast. Males, if you're not circumcised, you can't partake in the feast. You still got to keep the feast of unleavened bread the 7 days, but you can't partake in the eating of the lamb, because the lamb is a sacred sacrifice. And if you are unclean women or men, if you're not circumcised, you can't partake in this. It ain't nothing personal. It just is what it is. It's the scriptures. So, y'all, man, come holler at me. Let me know if y'all good. If you're not, I can give you some instructions on the doctor that can take care of that. Otherwise, you're not allowed to keep it. All right. Y'all understand that? All right. Read on.
Verse 48. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Lord, Let all his males be
He
circumcised.
gotta be circumcised. That's one of the requisites, right? Read on.
And then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
Thus says the Lord.
Come.
Read on.
One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.
You see that? All right, so I'm gonna hold it right there. Y'all see that? Y'all learned something today? All praises. So look, I'm gonna do a part 2 going into more of the details and the sacrifices that was done each day, because I want y'all to really know what Passover is about. Y'all see the first half of it, right? It's essentially the Lord delivering us out of the hands of hardcore bondage, slavery, oppression. You see how Pharaoh turned it up on us? Y'all doing 12-hour shifts, y'all gotta work 16. And now y'all gotta buy your own equipment, right? All of this stuff, the Lord was gearing us up to prepare us to come and free us in magnificent fashion, which was a precursor to the ultimate deliverance, which is when Christ come back and return and get us out of this captivity. Make sense? All right. So we celebrate this day, commemorate this day in remembrance of what the great things that Heavenly Father did for us. Okay. Y'all learn something? Y'all know them 10 plagues? Run them off. No, I'm just. Well, y'all know that. Run them off. She said she got them. Run them off. Give her a mic. Family online, y'all took notes?
All right. The first one is the plague of blood rivers.
Okay, 1.
The second is the plague of frogs.
2,
Plague of lice is
3,
3. Plague of flies.
4,
Plague of the cattle.
5,
Plague of boils.
6,
Plague of hail.
7,
Plague of the locusts.
8,
Plague of darkness.
9.
The final plague, which is the firstborn's death.
Bingo. All praises. 10. All praises. So that was the 10 plagues that the Most High put upon the Egyptians to ultimately free us from this hardcore bondage and slavery. And as a result, we celebrate. All right. We celebrate this day on the first month of the year. First month of the year on the 14th day at evening. It's a 7-day feast. So from the 14th that evening to the 21st that evening. It's a 7-day feast. Okay. We uphold that. 3 essentials on the first day of that feast: leavened bread, bitter herbs, and the lamb without blemish. Okay. All praises. All right, family. So we'll go ahead and continue this, most high permit, next week. We'll go a little more in detail in Passover. We're gonna give y'all your Habashah. We're gonna show you how the kings were celebrating it. But y'all got the basics y'all need to know. Okay. All right, family. Shalom, 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 shalom. All praises.